This has got to be one of the most laughable and insane legal threats I've ever seen. But I have to take it seriously because the lawyer who's taken it on is no joke. Listen up. A man who happens to share the same name as a dead terrorist has made a legal claim against me for reporting on the dead terrorist's demise. Now, I've always been on Hamas's shit list, but ever since I went to cover the war from the Israel-Gaza border, they've been trying to find a way to take me out and to silence my reporting. They won't succeed, but I need your help in fighting back at supportavi.com. Watch this video all the way through to understand the entire story. Then share it for the world to see the lengths they'll go to silence the truth surrounding the ongoing war. On the 27th of December, while the mainstream media was still pretending that two innocent Australian brothers had simply been caught up in the Israel-Hamas war, I was quickly able to confirm via Hezbollah's own online post that, in fact, at least one of the brothers killed in the Israeli airstrike was one of Hezbollah's terrorists. So I posted the breaking news that this Australian wasn't as innocent as reported. Instead, he was a legitimate terrorist target. Because guess what? Reporting the facts in real time is precisely my job. But sadly, some in Ali and Ibrahim Bazi's Australian Muslim community back home, they weren't too happy about the truth getting out because they preferred the narrative that evil Israel murdered two innocent Aussie citizens in cold blood to help forge more local hate against the only Jewish state. I guess that was to be expected. I wasn't too worried until 2 days into the new year, I was served with this legal document, the first one required to initiate proceedings, claiming that I had defamed another Australian Muslim simply because he shares the same name as the dead terrorist I was reporting on. Let that sink in. Their legal claim against me is for telling the truth about a homegrown Islamic terrorist, Ali Bazi, because another Ali Bazi from Sydney says it defames him. In their concerns notice that you can read for yourself entirely, supportavi.com, read it there and support my fight. His well-known defamation lawyer asserts that my report, which included an image of the dead terrorist, not the other Ali Bazi, quote, identifies their client by his full name and by reference to his former association as a bikie within Sydney, Australia. In circumstances where their client is well known within the Sydney Lebanese community, he is readily identified by the publication, even though the photo in my report is of the dead terrorist, making it obvious and clear that I wasn't talking about the man who is now making this legal claim. His lawyers demand that within 28 days, I remove the report, sign an apology and not talk about the dead terrorist again, pay the random guy with the same name $50,000 plus pay his legal costs so far. They warn me that from the 1st of July 2023, damages of up to $459,000 can be awarded in defamation proceedings for non-economic loss with no evidence required of any specific financial loss. Which I take as a threat that if I don't cower to their ridiculous claims now, that I'll be up for almost 10 times the cost later, even if their client wasn't actually harmed. However, you guys know me, instead of doing all that, I've retained Australia's top media lawyer, Justin Quill, who you probably remember has done outstanding work for us previously, and I've instructed him to fight it all the way because I'm not going to allow them to quash essential press freedom for some client who happens to share the same name of the criminal and terrorist in my story. But you get what you pay for. Justin doesn't come cheap, so I need your help now at supportavi.com. Even these initial stages of defamation will likely cost more than 5 figures, but I know from experience Justin is worth every cent. Imagine the precedent if I chose to capitulate instead. Every journalist who questions the narrative would have to ensure that no one shares the same name as their story target, essentially deeming it impossible to report on anyone or anything. That's just too dangerous. So please, if you're willing and you're able, please give what you can at supportavi.com so I can fight this before it's too late. If you think it's important for the world to know firstly what's happening, the lengths they're going to silence our reporting, make sure to like, comment, but most importantly, share it far and wide for the world to see. And then head over to supportavi.com. Help me fight back. I'll take it all the way, but I can't do it without your support. supportavi.com now.